Hey, Chosen, Big Red, got good news, man. I need you to come by the office. Ready to go to that next level? Let's elevate, man.
Let me take you up.
Yeah. Ooh. You say you don't believe in love. Can't fool me, baby, I know you. I can sense your need for love. Even after all that we've been through, take my hand, allow me to lead the way. From a dark, bitter night to a brighter day. Take a chance to see you and I could be the dream turn reality. Always been a ride or die. Imagine you and me against the world. You know you can't deny it was meant for you to be my girl. There's a time and place for you to be. Right now it's here next to me. Don't need to worry, you are safe as can be. Yeah. Go with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, lady, have no fear. Ooh, let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. You to fall in love with me, that'd be far from a big mistake. No doubt in my mind, be the best decision you could make. They didn't see what I see in you, or adore you like I do. No need to worry, you are safe for me. I adore you, yeah. Roll with me, let's elevate. Roll with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, let's elevate, elevate. Ooh, let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that.
Uh-oh, what's wrong, man? He done put his head down.
Yeah. Go with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, lady, have no fear. Ooh, let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. You to fall in love with me, that'd be far from a big mistake. No doubt in my mind, be the best decision you could make. They didn't see what I see in you, or adore you like I do. No need to worry, you are safe with me. I adore you, yeah. Roll with me, let's elevate. Roll with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you,
All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you were able to hear that whole song.
I'm not sure if you were or not, but good morning, everybody. Good morning. We want you to make sure you go. We want to make sure you go and you download that song from Chosen. Chosen is his name. He's one of the hosts. He's one of the hosts this morning as he gives you the peace sign. He's one of the hosts this morning on the Table Talk Morning Show on Real Talk 100 Radio. This is a brand new show. This is the week number 2. We're trying to get in the books this morning. He's right here with his co-host. His beautiful co-host Chosen is with him. Lyric is with
I'm gonna
him
throw this bottle
this
at you.
morning.
Nah, you good, man. I understand. You know how.
I'm
You know how.
y'all, from what I just thought I just did.
It's all good. You good. Good.
Good morning, everybody. We're gonna have a great show this morning. We want to make sure you guys are sharing the video, tagging others to watch the video with you. This is the morning table talk show.
With Lyric and Chosen.
Take it away, y'all.
This your girl Lyric over here, y'all,
Hey.
and my partner over here, Chosen. We are coming to y'all this morning with some new for the new.
Yeah, I mean, still a new year. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's January first month in the whole new year. So I guess we could talk about this. So I decided, hey, maybe we ought to talk about this clean slates, everything new. Talk a little bit about
as it would relate to what I want to talk about
Right.
is why does the past always pop back up? You can't leave it in the past. So we talk about coming into a new year. We talk about clean slates, but why don't people leave the past in the past?
Why is the past so easy to come up?
Good morning.
Stuff like that. There was another one that we said we was gonna talk about too. Why is it so important to speak life into people? Affirmations and stuff like that. So I felt like it was good to talk about.
Yeah, not just that. Not why not speak life into people. Speak it into yourself.
Yeah.
People need to learn affirmations. And all that does is anything repetitory's got to be good. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's not.
So we know we weren't with you guys. Martin Luther King because of the freeze. How did y'all fare out in the freeze? You know what I mean? Some people stayed in the house. Some people had to go to work. All that good stuff.
Yes.
So we made it through. Hopefully everybody's house is good. Pipes ain't burst. Pets ain't die. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So we can talk a little bit about that too. If y'all want to call in, talk about free. But I guess we're going to start it off with.
Give us the number.
Yeah, so I guess if y'all got the number, we still have a number. Let me put the number in here.
Okay, let me tell you what she said. She said we have to remember the past so that we don't make the same mistakes. But remembering the past is one thing. Speaking on it is another. You don't have to forget anything done to me. I don't forget it. I can forgive it, but I don't necessarily forget it.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna speak on it because I'm gonna leave it in the past. So there's the difference.
What's the number? It's 832.
The number will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen the entire show. Everybody, if you're tuned in, you're more than welcome to call in. That call-in number is 832-560-2885. Call in on topic during the entire show. Angela is speaking to Chosen. She said, pertaining to the concerning the freeze, she said, I stayed my Mexican button this warm.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, TikTok. Welcome to Real Talk 100 Morning Show. I want to thank y'all for all the love y'all showed last week.
Yeah.
Keep showing the love. Pass it on. Pass it on.
All right. Lyric, what you want to jump in? Malcolm, what were you about to say?
I'm sorry. And Angela, you're a smart woman, but I had some work to do. So Monday, I came late. Tuesday, I came late. Left early both days. And yesterday, I came late. No, Monday, I stayed home.
Why are you telling everybody you was late?
Monday, I stayed.
They just being honest. Honest.
People didn't even show up. So, I mean.
Well, it was cold. Did they call you?
Who?
The people. They didn't call and cancel?
Well, a couple of them canceled.
Okay.
A couple of the clients canceled. And
what's up, KP?
The show had to go on, but
yeah.
One of them canceled, and the other one I went on and went through.
Malcolm, that guy you gonna see on the commercial pulling the horse because the horse don't want to ride because it's too cold, but he going. He gonna grab the horse. He gonna be dragging the horse while he going.
That's right.
He gonna hit y'all with that.
There you go.
Yeah.
In my book,
morning. Good morning.
It's just a little. When it rains, I look at it like that. It's just rain. When it's cold, I look at it the same way. It's just cold. It's a little ice out there. I can still make it.
Little ice is okay, but that ice, every time you step, is sliding you on the other direction. You know, every step you take forward, you slide 12 steps backwards. I ain't doing it.
I saw a post the other day. She said it took me 54 years to learn how to ice skate.
And I'm 58 and I still don't know how. Shoot. Don't know how.
58.
Yeah.
I know he was 58.
Yeah.
I don't be
old woman.
I don't be looking at.
I know. Never know old woman. You done lost your mind. You got more. You better be glad it's the morning show because I'd have said something. You got more gray hair on that beard.
You right. Hey, I'm gonna have to come up.
I know crash. Anywhere on me.
I'm gonna have to come up here and crash one of y'all after dark shows, dog.
Man,
because this clean chosen dog is like. It's hard. Dog.
We're gonna have to get us one. Clean chosen. We got to do our morning table talk and then come in and do some night shows.
Night show, dog. Because clean chosen is hard, dog. It's like y'all don't know, dog. Man. But anyway, gotta give y'all clean chosen because I don't know if y'all can handle evil chosen.
Thank you. Hey, I don't feel 58 today. I feel pretty good, y'all.
We all gotta have a good side and the evil side.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have balance.
Balance.
It's about balance.
Yes, sir.
But anyway. So lyrics is this ladies first. What you want to dive into?
I think we're gonna
let the audience set the tone.
Welcome to Morning Table Talk with Lyric and Chosen. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with this morning?
It's Angela.
Hey, good morning. What's good, Angela? What's the deal?
Good morning. I know y'all were talking about reaching out, talking about leaving stuff in the past and stuff like that. But I have a scenario that has just been on my heart for the last couple of days, and if I don't tell somebody, I'm gonna just explode.
Don't explode, please tell us.
We don't want you to explode.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I know Chosen may know, but I don't know. So I was married before I got with Robert for 22 years. Ex-husband and me, we have a decently fairly good relationship, obviously for the kids. Now I will say that my kids are grown. Like I have a 25-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 17-year-old. So he remarried and he has a baby, and she brought 2 kids into the family, and of course I remarried, me and Robert, and it's just us and the kids. So 2 of my children, the youngest 2, my son and my daughter, they live with their dad on the southwest side, and then my oldest, the 25-year-old, lives with me. So his wife recently started posting on social media things that she doesn't like about my children.
Whoa.
Now, she has not confronted me. She has not told me directly. She has not come to me and say, hey, yo, I have a problem with your kids doing X, Y, and Z. Granted, I understand that they're grown. But she hasn't come to me at all. She does not speak to me when I come over. She does not cross a word with me. I'll periodically go over there, to check on my 17-year-old, or, my son has a grandson. So my son has my grandson who's 2. So periodically I'll go and check on my grandson and my daughter-in-law. So he brought her from another country. He brought her from Honduras to the United States. He has paid for everything. He has paid for her papers. He has paid for her to have a home. Her 2 children do not receive child support. So he maintains her 2 children, her and the new baby that they have together. Aside from, of course, my children being there. So the other day, I asked him, I said, hey, yo, I'm seeing that she's posting a lot of stuff about the children. She's posting this on TikTok and Facebook. She doesn't have an Instagram, but I know she has those 2 social medias. And I was like, if she's complaining about them, I was like, look, I understand that my kids are spoiled. I understand that my kids are lazy. I understand that my kids probably don't have their priorities straight. But they're working at it. Kimberly's going to school. Kyle just finished his AC stuff, and Kylie, of course, is in high school. So he didn't say nothing. He was just like, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her. She kept doing it. So I noticed that, on TikTok, you see people viewing your profile, right? You can see, and I kept seeing that she kept viewing my profile. She kept viewing my profile, and I hadn't posted anything, or said anything about what was going on, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna just wait. And he said that he was gonna talk to his wife. Well, she kept posting stuff. So I was like, fuck it. You want to post stuff? Then let's post stuff. So she only speaks Spanish. So on my TikTok, I've kept posting a whole bunch of stuff about her, but I tagged her in it. Like, I was tagging her in it. Like, all right, you want to talk? Let's talk. Let's talk about how your parenting skills are. Let's talk about how, your relationship is. Let's talk about, what you've done and what you haven't done. If that's what you really, you're criticizing my children for not living outside of their home. But ma'am, you live with your parents up until you married my ex-husband. So, so we kind of were going back and forth. And like, as the stuff that I was posting and tagging her in, she wasn't responding to anything. She didn't confront. She didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden, I got blocked. So I was like, all right, bet. So I called my ex-husband and I was like, yo, like, I told him he can see my stuff too. So, I mean, because we were all friends, well, not friends, but we could all see each other's stuff because it wasn't private. And so he was like, well, I'm going to block you too. And I don't want you, contacting me anymore. And I was like, oh, so let me get this straight. You're upset because I offended her, but you're not upset that she offended your kids? After you're on like TikTok and Facebook talking about, oh, I love my kids. I'll do anything for my kids. That's fake. How are you going to sit there and allow this woman to trash your kids on social media? And I'm like, and you don't, and you're not defending them? Man, I'm sorry. I can't.
What are your kids say about it?
Well, I mean, like the youngest one, she's fireball. My 17-year-old, she's ready to fight. And I'm like, no, Kylie, you cannot fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's ready to run downstairs and just pop her in the mouth. And I'm constantly having to tell her, like, you cannot do that. You still, you only got another year of school, and then you'll be off to college, and then you won't have to worry about this, right? My son, she doesn't confront my son. My son, she passes no words with him. She's scared of him because my son's like, he's like a linebacker, like style child. But his wife, she's really short and petite, and she's really, really small. She's not confrontational. She's very, very quiet. She stays to herself. So she waits till everybody leaves and talks shit to her.
Oh, wow.
Because once again, they all live in the house together.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And she does it because she doesn't want them there anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't want my son there. She doesn't want my daughter-in-law there. She barely wants my youngest there.
Hey, Kinfolk, before we go ahead, I'm gonna ask you try to not use your expletives. I know you be wanting to, but yeah, because it's the morning show. So we can't here. I wish it was the night show, because like I said, it'd be hard to give y'all good chosen.
I apologize.
It's all good. You know, but that's fine. Continue. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So yeah, she does it because she doesn't want them there. And I know that's what she does, because whenever they come here, like whenever they stay with me and Robert, because they stay with me and Robert like periodically, especially like my son does AC work. So sometimes his jobs are closer to our house than they are to his dad's. And so I'm like, okay, so he'll come and stay here for like a few weeks or whatever, and then he'll go back.
I'm going to ask this question. Your adult children, why are they living with their dad?
Well, my son, 21-year-old, he just recently got his AC stuff together. So before that, he was just working like, mediocre jobs, $7 an hour jobs, $8 an hour jobs. And we all know there's no way you can go get a place on your own with that amount.
Right.
So he's working to receive, he has to work for a year under the gentleman that he's working with now, so that he can receive his license. Like right now he has what is it called? Like a internship license or whatever.
Yeah. And I get that.
Right.
My thing is, if those were my children and you say 3 of them are living there with their dad, right?
What, 2 of them? The youngest, which is 17, and then my son, who's 21. My oldest stays with me.
Okay, because my thing is, if they're in that house and it's a hostile environment, because that's what it sounds like, I wouldn't want my kids staying there. Because my thing is,
and
I keep a house so that my children don't go through that. My thing is, my kids are closer to me than they are their dad. But even if they were with their daddy already know I'd be on the first thing smoking. You better keep her quiet. That's what you better do. That's the truth. Because bottom line is, my kids are gonna always come first. I don't care if they're 99, they're my kids, and they're always gonna come first. Now, if my kids are wrong, if my children are wrong, I'll let my children know you're wrong, and you need to rectify this, or you need to fix this, or you need to apologize. But somebody getting on social media, you don't fix things like that. Social media is a big bashing community, and you get on there to talk about each other and air out your dirty laundry. I don't put my dirty laundry on social media like that. I get on here and talk crap, but I don't tell everybody my business. You won't know how I'm moving. You won't know whether I'm going forward or backward, because I'm not gonna do all of that. But maybe she don't understand the ways of the USA, because this is the United States. And maybe that's how y'all do it back there where you from. So she gonna mess with the right one. Believe it, honey. She's gonna mess with the right one. And your ex-husband ain't gonna be able to stop nothing that happens to her. So she needs to understand, you can't get on social media and say what you want to say. It's not cool.
And that's exactly what I told him. Like, I was like, yo, like, if she has a problem with, and like I said, I get it. I'm not saying that my kids are perfect, because they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I acknowledge that. I know that they have their faults and they have their flaws and they have their faults, and I do tell them, like, hey, like, you need to start doing whatever. And he knows that I talk to the kids all the time. He even told them, like, because we have a group chat with me, him, and all the kids. And that's it. That's the only people that are on the group chat. It's just me, him, and all the kids. And, we just talk about, like, family stuff that's going on, like who schedules where, stuff like that. So we have till yesterday, or day before yesterday, we have fairly maintained an open communication. Like, I have been very patient with this woman, because this isn't the first time she's done this. Since the get.
How when she baby?
His baby with her?
Yeah.
It's she's a year old.
Okay, because I wonder how she would feel if you got on social media blasting about that baby. You can't do that. That's not cool. And then too, let me ask her, and whatever she's complaining about, whether it's relevant or not, is something I think she should go to your kids in private and talk to them about. Because I know how kids can be, because my kids can like, if I've worked all day and I walk in the house and my house is tore up, everybody getting cussed out. I'm coming through there like a tornado, and I'm going off on everybody, and somebody might get put outside.
Everybody.
Like, if they're doing something,
and the thing about it is
that's relevant.
It's a 2-story house, and they live upstairs.
Yeah,
they don't. The only time they have to come downstairs is to leave, right? So it's like, I even told him, like, what type of interaction does she have? But the thing is it's him. It's him telling her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll go and he'll tell her, like, oh, let's just say, for instance, like, we'll say that my son didn't take out the trash. We'll say, because he does that. He'll be like, oh, I'll do it a little bit. I'll do it a little bit. And he never does it. So let's just say, like, oh, he doesn't take out the trash. So my husband will go, or my ex-husband will be like, okay, yo, like, you didn't take out the trash, blah, blah. And then he'll go tell Hilda, oh, I hate it when he doesn't take out the trash. And then she'll go on social media and be like, oh, this lazy, blah, blah, blah. Can't even take out the trash. Like, that's how it happens.
Now, can I ask a question? How old is she?
So my ex is, I'm 5, 6. So he's 48. She's like 36, 37.
No, but my thing,
she hasn't hit 40 yet.
She has valid complaints.
She has,
but got how valid, she's doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
her complaints. I'm not gonna say she shouldn't say what she's saying, but she shouldn't do it on social media.
That's it.
Because if they're not
exactly
clean, if they're not taking out the trash, those are valid points, and it needs to be addressed. You're adults. Saying I'll do it later is unacceptable. get it done now. You're living with somebody else. That's not your place. That's her place. That's his wife, her place. So if you're gonna live there, you need to respect the rules, but don't blast it on social media.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And that's exactly what I told him. I was like, if she has a problem with something that the kids do, address it with you. And if you can't correct it, tell me. I'll address it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem getting after my kids. I have zero problems getting after my kids. As a matter of fact, I'll run up there and be like, yo, like, I'll go over to his house and I'll walk upstairs and be like, yo, take out the trash, dude. Like, seriously. Like, you can't be doing this. Like, I don't have a problem confronting my kids when they are wrong at all. Even when they're here, I'm like, yo, y'all can't be leaving a mess here. Like, come on, we're going to do this as a team or y'all got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem putting my kids in their place at all.
He may have,
but my thing is like,
he may have to start doing what's called tough love. And, my kids have alternatives. Either you do this or get out. You do this when you're supposed to or get out. Because tell you the truth, after 18, he is no longer responsible for taking care of those kids. They're no longer kids. They're young adults now. So if you're not doing your job, then it's time for you to move around. It's time for you to find some place you can go and do what you want to do, because you can't do that here. And the thing about it is, when I was married, the issues that me and my husband had with my kids, we discussed those ourselves, but we discussed it in the privacy of our own room, and then I would bring it to my kids. But things I had problems with my husband with that came with my kids, I would tell him, look, I have a problem with you doing this or that, or saying this or that to my kids is disrespectful. And like I'm one of those moms. I got your back no matter what, but I'm not gonna uphold nothing you do wrong.
Yeah, and it's the same with here. Like, Robert will tell me, like, hey, Kyle left a mess in the kitchen. And I'll be like, all right, I'll go fix it right now. And I'll go tell him, like, yo, like, what the hell? Like, no, we don't live like that. Come on, pick that up. And, he'll go over there, he'll do it. If there's any issues with the kids, Robert will come and tell me. He'll be like, hey, you need to let them know, like, yo, like, y'all, they can't be doing that. I'll be like, all right, cool, and I'll let them know. Like, he doesn't go and like yell at. Now, if I'm not around, or like, if my oldest does something and I'm not around, he'll be like, hey, Kimberly, like, you left this mess, or you didn't do this, or can you get this done for me? Please, like, can you get this done? And for the most part, all my kids respect Robert. They respect him. If he says something, it goes. Like, I give him reign to. If I'm not around to correct them, then you have my permission to correct them if they need to be corrected. And I get it. Like, in my oldest daughter's situation, she's a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just now getting her life together. And I don't want to just throw her out there and be like, okay, struggle. The same with my son. Like, I just didn't want to be like, okay, here, you struggle, you figure it out. Because I know that whenever me and my ex got together, that's how we were. We struggled.
Yeah, it's not,
and we had my oldest, so I get it. But at the same time, it's like, now that times have changed, and now, like, with the cost of living being so high, it's like, I get it to a certain extent, but at the same time, you can't sit there and criticize where my kids are when you were in your early 30s, still living with your parents and your two kids, and then you came to the United States off of somebody else's coattails to get where you are today, and you don't got nothing. You don't have anything. There's nothing that's in your name. Right. So how are you going to sit there and criticize my kids for where they are, and they're way younger than you?
Yeah, I'm going to be a little brutally honest, though, but at the end of the day, I grew up in the church, and the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he won't depart from it. So a lot of our kids' downfalls are our fault. A lot of the things that some of them are our fault, because you have to prepare your children for this world, and to say they're not ready, you didn't prepare them. So at the end of the day, the truth is, if something happened to you today, if something happened to your ex-husband today, your kid's going to have to get out there and do it on their own anyway. So I think that's what needs to be brought to their attention. Look, you right now where you are, this is a gift for you. I'm trying to help you. And if you can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves, and I'll tell my kids in a minute, at the end of the day, I'm not going to get up and go to work every day and bust my behind and have to come home and still teach you how to be an adult, especially when you see me. If they're watching you by example, you go to work every day, you pay your bills on time, you keep a roof over your head, they're going to have to piggyback off of that and understand that at the end of the day, they're adults, the ones that are adults. Your daughter is at that age where she's got until about 21 till she can try to get it together to where she knows, okay, these are my responsibilities, you know, and
youngest is like, I'm ready to leave.
The house I live in, I have my 27-year-old with his baby mama, soon to be baby mama, with her daughter, and then he has 2 kids. And I had to pull them to the side and spit out some rules, because I'm not going to air my dirty laundry, but I had to spit out some rules. This is going to happen. I pay bills in here. Everybody gets up and go to work. So this is what your job is going to be, since you don't, you know, and that's it. I'm not going to babysit. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. What I'm going to do is send you home to your mama. That's what I'm going to do for you. Or get out.
Not to the amendment.
Oh yeah. Or get out, you know? So I'm that kind of person. I've been nice for so long. We're talking about coming into the new year with a new slate. My new slate is, I'm not helping you unless you're trying to help yourself. And if you're not trying to help yourself, you can't come to my house. Yeah. You can't. Stay away from me, because you're gonna get your feelings hurt, because I'm gonna tell you something you may not want to know.
Well, I hope Lyric was able to shed some light on that and give you a little bit more clarity on
and us as mothers, sometimes we covet our children and we don't see the big picture. Like I said, her going on social media, that was a no-no, but her points are absolutely valid. Absolutely valid.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, whenever I was, when I was discussing it with him, I even told him, like, she is welcome to come to me and be like, hey, look, I have a problem with your son or your daughter saying or doing whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if there's something that I can do to help correct that issue, just so that they don't have any tension, I'll be more than happy to do it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with communication. Say, like, you communicate with me, I will absolutely go out of my way to make sure that they are on their P's and Q's. No problem with that whatsoever. But if you're criticizing, like, the way they're living and the way they're breathing and the way they're eating and the way it's like, man, like, you don't have anything better to do? Go find a job. Like, you're just sitting home, just watching TV all day and being on the phone, then go find something to do if everything's going to bother you. And I mean, my son's pretty much gone most of the day. My daughter is too. The only one that's really there is my daughter-in-law with my grandson. And then it's her daughter. 2 babies don't get there till in the afternoon.
Yeah, it just sound like a whole lot of adulting, not adulting going on in that within that whole unit. It's, from what I'm listening, it sounds like cultural differences. It sounds like something's being like something's being said, because you don't know what goes on in their house 100%. Right. They don't know what's going on over there, so it's like there's a big knot that needs to be untangled, and it's almost like with some of the stuff that's being untangled, like once you get done with one knot, you got another knot. I think from and I'm gonna be brief because I know we gotta move on.
Yeah.
From a man's point of view, I'm looking at the fact that, okay, I got my new wife and then I got my ex-wife, which seems like I have a pretty good relationship with my ex-wife because we got kids together, and his new wife, so she got things that she want to get done. Maybe he sees some stuff in his kids that he's like, that he kind of face palms a little bit. It's a lot of variables here. So and then it's when I heard you say when you talk to him and he say, I'm gonna talk to her about it. I'm gonna talk to her about it. But then you say you still see her doing the same thing. After he told you that he gonna talk about it, a respect thing comes up. It raises an eyebrow concern. Like, I'm trying to see, how does she respect him? You know what I'm saying?
The wife?
Like, yeah, the new wife. I'm trying to see, how does she respect him? Because I know for me, if I had that situation, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you about it, this gonna stop. Like, hey, I'm saying this bottom line, he shouldn't have let it get to that point to where she's still on social media.
Exactly.
So that's why I say it's like, to me, it's respect. And I can only view this from a man's point. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And I have a different point of view on a lot of things. But if I'm dealing with two women, if you ever seen this is the first thing that popped up in my head. You ever seen Why Did I Get Married? So when Michael John White was talking to his baby mama and Angela, and they was both in there, he had to get in the middle of that, and he was like, it's like, for some odd reason, like some point, I don't think you're the issue because, I don't think you're the issue because of how it's like the access that you have. Because like you were saying that you can go over to his house and you go upstairs and you talk to your kids about this, and you can go over there. You got access to be over there. And you're cool with her. So I'm wondering too, this is what I forgot to ask you. How long has he been married to his new wife?
So he got married a year before me and Robert did, so probably like 6 years.
Okay, 6 years. All right.
He didn't bring her right away. Right. He got married with her, and then he brought her like a year later. So she's only been here for about 5 years.
Okay, so like I said, I think it's a lot of cultural things too, and it's still a lot of getting used to some things on her end. It's still like new. Some things that got to be worked out. Maybe she's not used to the relationship you and him have. Or some things, but at the same time, it seems like it still goes back to a respect thing. Like, because when you said that it didn't stop after he said he was going to talk to her, I'm sensing a lack of respect for his authority as the man of that house.
But too, when she said that he goes and complains to his wife, so it's not just the wife, it's him too.
I'm finna get to that, because in every situation, it's not always one.
Exactly.
It's not always one. So I'm not putting all the blame on her. And when I said the respect thing, I'm not just saying that she just blatantly don't respect, but it's definitely something that he's not doing, a base that he ain't covering. Because being that he's in the middle of all that, it should have stopped. So it's like, I'm like, I don't know him, I know you, and I don't know her.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. So let me ask just a scenario.
Yeah.
You got a wife.
Right.
You got a baby mama.
Right.
You having issues with your kids in your house because they're living with you and your new
right.
wife. Now, you go to your wife and you talk about these issues. Do you expect her to get on social media and talk about it? Because what I talked to my husband about, you don't go on social media and talk about it.
You ain't supposed. Really, you ain't supposed. Yeah, right. I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna go no further. But yeah, you have to have that. You have to have that boundary.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking that it's certain boundaries. That's what I was really trying to get at. Right. I think it's certain boundaries that he didn't set to get, to get the maximum amount of respect that he's supposed to have from his wife, because that should have stopped when he said that you ain't, you're not supposed to do this, or that it's something that he ain't doing.
He ain't got on his man.
And then you got like a 25-year-old son. Now, don't get me wrong. I will say this, like in this day and age, I seen a post where they was talking about they were talking about they said, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen this too. They said, stop throwing your kids out at 18 because they ain't ready. And and I thought about that. Like I'm always gonna look at both sides. I'm gonna look at the negative, positive. I'm gonna look at the prism on all four sides of the prism. And I'm like, I look at myself at 18, man. No, I wouldn't. I did what they said was the normal thing. 18, you got two jobs. You got two choices. Well, three choices. You either go to college, the service, or you get a job. So my head wasn't all the way screwed on, right? Like I went to college because my mother told me that's what you got to do. And I knew I wasn't trying to go to the service, but I always knew I was going to work. And I was like, well, if I go to college, I can go to college for what everybody know me for, which is music. I went to college. I played around because stuff wasn't the way I thought it was. Mm-hmm. I ain't have all my stuff together. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up right now, at 18, I was not ready. I was kind of sheltered. I stayed in my own little old cave, and when I got to college, I wilded out a little bit. I ain't had no rules. I always respected curfew when I lived in my parents' house. I did what I had to do when I lived in my parents' house. It wasn't nobody called nothing on me or nothing. You know, I ain't caused no trouble. I got to college. I got my taste of what it was. Brother started off going to class to be like, I don't think I need to go to class today. All that stuff right there. I got out of college. I didn't graduate college. Yes, I'm one of them. I didn't graduate out of college, but I got the experience, and I went back to the crib, started working, and I ain't leave my mama them crib at 18. Shoot, I stayed there and I contributed. I contributed. I wasn't finna stay there, went free, learned some values, and that's it. So whenever they say don't throw your kids out, they ain't ready, they just might not be ready. But you still have to have, or you still should have had some kind of structure to them for them to grab onto, like those three choices. You know what I'm saying? You still got to prepare them. So I do agree with the whole they ain't ready. And I always say, like I tell my kids, I told my son, I'm like, look, as long as I draw breath from this bad boy, if I got water, you got water. If I got roof, you got a roof. But you still have to show some type of contribution that you're trying to get to where you are, because that you still trying to get to where you are, because number one, you a man, not just the fact that you're a man, you're a black man. So you still got to get up here and you got to do whatever it is. You got to fight a little bit harder, grind a little bit harder.
In this case,
so that's,
in this case, you're Mexican.
Right.
and it ain't even that easy either. It ain't that easy.
Oh, it isn't.
Yeah, it ain't that easy either. So, but all I'm saying is like back in the day, you could really say stuff like that. Like I've seen people say, hey, I left my house when I was 16. I left my house when this, and that. And you get a different outcome with every choice that you make. And the outcome that I have is I'm still youthful. I'm intelligent, but I'm still childlike. The reason why y'all see the way I look, I'll be 47 Sunday. And I tell people my age, they be like, no, get out. It's because the gravity of life didn't hit me like it did some people. I got some people oh man, they had their first kid at like, while they were still, young, still trying to do them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't had it. Everybody's life is set up different, and you go through different things. Some people have it different. It's just how you navigate it. So when you tell people when I'm gonna go back to this a little bit, and I'm gonna quit because we still got to move on. Like when you were telling me, so when you said, how can she criticize somebody for basically doing the same thing or conducting their life the same way that your kids did? And that's a lot of that, and that's something, the contradictions. It's a contradiction. And that's something that pretty much all humans be doing. So it's good you brought her back to that, because that'll give us something to think about. But we pretty much all do that. But you have to think before you say something like, hey, you can't criticize them for being 25, living at home, and you didn't branch out until you was 30 something or whatever, how you said it.
And I don't think you can criticize any, because my son, my son has always been that kind of person. He has always wanted his own. So when he lost his job and I moved, he moved in with me. And so he understands that everybody in my house pays a bill. Everybody in my house, if you get paid, your money is going to this house to help on something. I know he's saving to move out, but at the end of the day, you live in there, you can't live free. Nobody's living in my house free. If you giving me $5 on something, you're gonna give me something. I could care less. Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna spend all of my money and then y'all get to chill and do what you want to do with yours. Yeah. It's called responsibility.
But I appreciate that. I appreciate your call. We got to move forward and to talk a little bit more on this topic before we go further to the next one.
Angela.
Well, thank you guys for y'all's advice. I appreciate it. Like I said, I just had to tell somebody because if not, I was gonna burst.
That's what's up. Hey, Angela, I think Malcolm had one thing to tell you.
Sorry, Malcolm.
No, that's okay. Angela, you referenced some man named Robert or Rob the whole time. I just wanted
Yeah.
to shed light on who that was and maybe put his information in the comments while I put his information up on the.
And so yeah, so it's Rob V. He is an R&B singer. I'm his biggest fan.
It's one of my brothers, man. That's one of my brothers and song.
His brothers, yeah.
Way back.
That's what I thought that was when she said Robert said that's Rob B.
Yeah, that's my brother. My
brother
in song.
Yeah.
I have him up on the screen if you want to put
absolutely
to a song or information. This is Rob V's wife on the phone, everybody.
That's what's up.
I'm always calling him. Malcolm should have just recognized my number.
Oh, I recognize the voice, man.
Yeah, I knew she was when she said Rob.
As soon as you said Angela, I was like, all right. As soon as Malcolm said it's Angela, I like, oh no. As soon as you said it was Angela, I knew who you were. Already, fam.
Y'all scan.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bring into the rest of y'all's thingy.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Call back in if I have something.
All right.
Thank you so much for y'all's advice. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Everybody else in the listening audience, feel free to scan the code if you can. If you can scan the code, scan the code. If you can't, go to robvmusic.com. We support music here, support independent and underground music artists here all day, every day. His running mate is right here on the screen, right here. Bam, that's Chosen. Go and give him a follow, too, on Instagram and Facebook at Chosen. Spell it correctly or you won't find it. He's on YouTube as well. We played one of his songs at the beginning of the show. He is one of the hosts today, and he is right here. Back to the show with Chosen and Lyric.
Yeah. So on the flip side of the why is it so? What did we say? Why is it so easy to bring up the past and not leave it in the past?
Why does why did they bring it up? Period. Why can't the past stay that way?
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is just from my observation. So the past. The only time you should really look back at the past is to see how far you came. But the past is always a reminder of something that happened in your life. Like if you see this right here, this like this little dot right here in the middle of my face right here. Y'all can see, but I'm showing Lyric right here. Every time I look at that dot, it just reminds me of when a bike went across my face. Yeah,
wait a minute.
Like a bike.
What was they doing? Riding bikes on your face?
Nah, I was at my family reunion when I was about either 8 or 9. And it's 8 or 9 years old. And me and my cousin, as most cousins and kids in the country do, playing in the country, wrestling and stuff. So my cousin was on his bike. You know, us when you in the country, you're not gonna have the same things when you see. So they had a bike that had no tires. Riding straight rim.
Wow.
Riding straight rim. I was wrestling with one of my cousins and I got pinned, turned around, pinned, and he pinned me again. But while I was on the ground, I don't know where he came from, but he came around and he came around and skid. He skid, and it just so happened he skid across my face, took all of this off, gone. Straight gone.
I don't consider that the past. I consider that more.
But look, this is what I'm getting at. Okay. This is what I'm getting at. So the past can give you scars. When you look at scars, they remind you of what happened. Now you have to do you're either going to do one or two things. You're going to look at that and be like, this was so painful that I can't let it go. And if you focus on the pain, you can't focus on the lesson, or you can't focus on what it did for you to grow against it. Now I'm looking at this thing, and at the time, like I said, all of this gone, all of this in the middle of my face was gone. And now that I look at it, it's like you would never know anything happened. So it's like growing from that lets me know I can leave that back there. Now, if you want to know about it, I can tell you about it without it being a trigger. So when people look back at their past, if they didn't grow from it, you can tell when people didn't grow from it. If they didn't grow from it, it's going to trigger them and you're not going to hear the lesson. They're not going to be able to, let's just say somebody among them that maybe needed some advice about if they went through a divorce, a bad relationship, or what have you. If they talk about their past and at the end of them talking and ranting, you didn't get nothing from it, you could tell that person paid more. They paid more attention to that pain and how it affect them versus what they learn from it. So it's easy to come and not lead a pass in the past because it shows you what you've been through. And you remember, just like this happened like 40 some years ago. We're like it was yesterday.
We got a call. Good morning. This is Real Talk with Lyric and Chosen. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, what's going down? This is Donnie.
What's up, bruh?
What's going down?
What's good?
Hey,
welcome.
What's up, Donnie? Donnie commented. I'm just gonna give y'all a warning about.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. I didn't get a chance to read it, but yeah, he did.
He commented, and I'm putting his comment on the screen now. He commented on when y'all were saying we don't teach we just kick our kids out. We don't teach them nothing. That's our
okay.
Y'all were speaking about us leaving our kids, and that causes us to be left behind in society because our kids aren't being taught. Donnie, is that correct? Go ahead, sir.
Yes, yeah. It puts us behind. That's just one of the things, one of the aspects on why we're behind as a race of people. It just puts us thousands of years behind when we believe in those myths.
Which myth?
When the children have to leave the home when they're 18.
Okay.
It's a really bad myth that is put out there, and what it does, it almost sabotages, our kids, because our kids are our kids no matter what age they are, and if we didn't have good values before they became 18, they're still in the process of learning and growing. If we're learning and growing, and so we're always all learning and growing. So whatever age they come, when they mature, that's the age when they're supposed to leave. Some mature earlier, some mature later. Like myself, I feel like I mature at an early age because of what life threw at me and how I was able to react. Because it's not about life. It's not about what you obtain. Life is not about who you are. Life is how you respond. And I'm a firm believer in the past, present, and future are simultaneously parallel.
Happening at the same time. Yep.
It's all happening. At times, to me, it's a social construct. It puts us, it makes us into workers, and it says, okay, at this time, you got to do this. At that time, you got to do that. Well, things don't happen at this time and that time. Things happen how we learn when we learn how to react to what the universe or what life throws at us. We have to learn as a race we have everything we need inside of us. And so when something or someone comes around us, it's not by accident. It is to allow us to be who we really are from the inside. So that's where all of our teachings come from life situation and what we already have inside of us and how we respond to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Quick question, Donnie, from me before I hand the microphone to Lyric and Chosen. Quick question from me is, you say, I agree with you. I agree with you. Don't put your kids out without a paddle, without an engine on the back of the boat, without at least one paddle so they can go from side to side, preferably for the kids. Put two paddles on there or an engine on the back before you put them out of the house, so to speak. But I'm going to give you a worst case scenario. You say your kids are, 14, 15, 16, 13, 14, 15, and they are tearing your house up. They're not helping around the house. They're smoking weed. They're having parties. They're tearing up the house. I already said that. They're doing everything that you don't need in your home. Everything. They're cursing you out. They are defecating in your house. They are urinating they're doing all of these things. What, you're still gonna put up with it? You're still gonna tolerate it?
Black house.
Well, you have to, the way that you react to that situation. If you are in that particular situation, you are in that particular situation for a reason. It's for the growth of the parent for them to get better. because you're the captain of that so-called ship, or or that boat or whatever, and you have to be able to learn, grow, and be nurtured as the captain. And sometimes what happens is it's environmental. Those behaviors are environmental. There's been studies that I just looked at a video yesterday about studies from mice that were put in good environments and that were put in bad environments. And the mice that were put in bad environments had those types of behaviors, what you're just talking about. The mice that were put in good environments had better behaviors, and they switched them. They put the mice that were in the bad behaviors, they had the bad behaviors in the good environment, and then the ones that were in the good environment in the bad environment, and those it adjusted. They adjusted to the environment, and such to where the ones that were doing those things, like you're saying, I'm saying it in a sense of doing bad things to survive. Kids learn how to survive from their environment and from the reaction of their parents in the environment. So you have to just so to answer your question, you have to change the environment, the total environment, because it's not just that kid that's acting out; it's that environment affecting that entire family.
I can go with the environment, but not the parents. I don't think in some cases, I won't say in most cases, in some cases, these children are bringing this stuff home. It doesn't come from the parents. So I can go with environments on your point, but
my thing is, I listened to the scenario you gave, but I'm 58 years old. I ain't never seen that.
Yeah,
and now I'm talking about within my family.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say family, me, my aunts, my uncles, all the way down the line, honey, baby, please. The way we grew up, no, that would have never happened in one of our homes. And we didn't grow up rich. We didn't grow up most of them wasn't even middle class. Our family, some of our family was poor. But I think it goes back to the parents and the teaching the morals and things like that. I think even in a bad environment, a child can be brought up properly, even in a bad environment.
It starts at home.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing I would say. It starts at home. However, you got to think about some of the things that your parents probably have just because your parents or your aunts, uncles are who they are, they didn't do everything right.
No, and I get that part. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't necessarily think because you grew up in a bad environment. When I say environment, meaning in a maybe you didn't live in a good area.
Right.
Maybe the things in that area weren't good for your kids. But I still believe that even if you grow up in a bad area, it still goes back to your parents and your
values.
And your values.
That's what
morals that are installed in you.
That's what I was getting at. So if your parents or your overseers have messed up values and don't teach you what you need to be taught, then the product you're more prone to be a product of that environment. But at the same time, you could teach your kids something. You could tell your kids every day, don't do this, don't do that. And then they go out into that environment and they see some stuff that's like, they see something that questions. I think the flaw that we've had is when you okay. What was that?
I'm agreeing with you.
That kid. Okay, yeah. So like they see something that's on par with maybe you hadn't got to that point to teach them about something. And they go to school, see something, come back and they ask you about it, and then you tell them something like, I don't think you're ready to have that conversation. I don't think you're ready for that yet. Or you don't tell them about it. But then they go on and they get their own interpretation of the very thing that you didn't talk about. And
then I guess it goes down to the parent.
Yeah, so it's like,
I was never that person. I've always had a relationship with my kids because I grew up so strict in our house that I had a more open relationship with my kids. And I have 5 boys, 1 girl.
See, that's good.
So in my house, if there was a problem, sit down and talk to me about it. My kids will walk through the door, and I've said this before. If you're having a bad day, I'm going to let you resonate on that. And as soon as you're ready to talk, we're going to sit down and talk about it because we got to talk about it.
It's so many different. Yeah.
So my thing was, I didn't want to be my kid's best friend, but I wanted you to know that you could come and talk to me. I'm still mom.
It is.
But you can come and talk to me, and if you talk to me, I can't get mad about what you talk to me about because you're talking to me about it.
And that's what I used to tell my ex-wife. That was a big problem with her because even though, and we'll get back to Donnie in just a minute, but I used to tell her, you always want to be their friend. Yes, you got to be their friend and their parent, some kind of way. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I understand when she says friend, but you're not doing it like a friend. You're doing it as a father who has, you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying.
Right. You got to be the friend first. You have to relate.
Relate because if you can't relate, if you can't relate to it, they're going to gravitate towards what they see on a daily. Like when your kids at school, your kids spend more time at school than they spend at home.
That's right.
And that's
you spend more time. You spend more time at work than you spend more time at home. Your teachers their teachers are more of the parent than you are in most cases.
Yeah,
they see them a lot more. But that's the way that this thing was designed. That's another topic right there because I mess around and get canceled if I talk about that. But that's the way that the whole thing was designed. But back to you, Donnie, I'm gonna let you say what you got to say.
All right. I think all three of you gave examples of what I meant, the explanation of what I meant. So those were great examples. Of course, all of the kids are not going to, just because the environment is messed up, are going to react in that way. It's going to be the ones that give their reaction to life. And so the examples of what Lyric was talking about as far as, she hadn't seen that was because she responded or reacted in such a way where the kid was able to pick that up and they were able to be mannerable. And I think, some of the examples that you gave, whereas if the kid does not resonate with what the parent is putting down, if the parent is not reacting to life about having a kid in that way, because life is all about how you react, they're just going to gravitate with what it is that they see environmentally. And what I mean by environment, the environment has to be laid out, like Lyric said, with the uncles and all other parts of the family, that they have to support those kids or that kid or what have you, in order for that kid's reaction to life, reaction to what they're being exposed to, can be positive, can be productive, can be, prosperous. And that is so important. People don't really understand how important that is because, like Cat Williams was talking about, when a man connects with a woman, she makes a copy of him, and that is so true, from the looking like the parent to doing what the parent does. And so those things are extremely important. And kicking a kid out of the house at 18 is just disaster. It's disastrous. It's a disastrous behavior, and it has shown when you look at the news and when you look at things that happen to individuals that are incarcerated, or these court cases that these kids have, like Young Thug and YSL and all of that. You could tell that they went out and did their own thing because the thing that was happening and the responses that they were getting from the mentors that they had weren't those that they resonated with. And so, that's why my opinion, is in that direction. And I actually left home at 16.
Yeah, I was 17.
And so as I was influenced, it just influenced me to be more of an adult, be more responsible, be more. Now I did respond to what I saw my parents doing as far as how to take care of bills and how to, take care of family and I was able to react to that in a positive way, in a productive way. And I look at myself now and I look back then and I put it all together and I say I was one of the lucky ones. I was able to receive that information and act it out in a way where it was in my favor. But I'm also seeing a pattern of things, of researches that I've been looking at and been exposed to, of how all of that goes together with the environment, how it goes with the decisions, how it goes with mainly the reaction to life, because that's what life's about. It's about the reaction.
Okay, so we got a comment. I hear you. So we got a comment from one of the viewers. We got Monica Garcia. Hey, what's going on? If y'all didn't know, she made the shirts that I have. She does a sassy girl designs on my feed. If you ever wonder or want to know where you can get you some merch made, She's my go-to. But she said, and so she says, raising three men as a single mom was hard, and I kept communicating about everything. I made them understand that we only have each other, and if you get in trouble, guess who's coming and coming alone? None of your friends want to get in trouble. None of your friends want to get in trouble. They work for what they wanted. They work for what they wanted. It is rough, but we are each other's support. I left home at 16. Yeah, okay. I it's tough. It can be done, you know. But what does it say? No man is an island. It takes a village, and all of that. So it depends on, like I said, it depends on the person, and it depends on the values that you have.
Yeah, some parents are alone.
Some people, some people,
parents,
some people, they shoulder that burden alone, and it's gonna have its effects.
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to tell it's gonna have its effects. I guess through Cat Williams beat all us because he said he left home at 13. I had to throw that out there, but yeah, I appreciate that comment, man. But it's the values you instill in your children, and the best that you can do with your children is going to determine the type of people that they're going to be, regardless of who and who they're around. And some of the like I said when I was explaining the whole thing about my face. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little example of what the word that Donnie likes to use is fractal. That's just an example of saying that and how you respond. It's how we respond to the things that happen to us when we talk about why the past can't stay in the past. Yeah. It's how you respond to it. If you respond to it to where it just hurts you, then you're not going to be able to minister to somebody. And it's going to show that, hey, it's a trigger. You ain't over. You ain't done with that yet, so you can't help nobody.
But let me ask you this: when it comes to doing that, I think when you, not to get away from what Donnie's talking about, but when you talk about the past, I think what I'm thinking about is when you're in a relationship.
Okay.
And in that relationship, something happened in that relationship that almost split you up.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys sat down and you talked about it.
Oh, I got that.
And you came to a decision that we're going to work on this because I want to save my relationship. Why do you keep going back to that?
But when you get mad, that's the first thing you go to.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that damages your relationship to go back to
keep on telling me what I did,
right.
And I thought,
right.
Yeah, everybody.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
Well, can I comment on that too?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's about healing. That's the number one thing in the scenarios of everything that we talked about. And to summarize them all, it's about us healing. The healing has to happen on an individual basis with each person, whether it's the kid or whether it's the parent or the uncle, the aunt, whomever it is. It has to happen in order for the response to be, to the advantage of the situation. And that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for what was good, what was bad, what was right, what was wrong. You are looking for a productive response as you react to what is being served to you by the universe.
Can I say
break
something?
It all the way down. Yes.
Let me say something to piggyback and to say what you just said. See, the thing is, not everybody is at that point of thinking. What you just said was about the response. It's like so many people they run off of I wish I would. and it's I wish they don't see it like that. The response. I wish I would. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog, you know what I'm saying? So they look at the they don't scratch the surface on that, dude. So unless you get to a certain level of maturity, then you're not gonna. Then some people are not going to see that the way that you are. Man, you talk every day, bro, and it's like I promise you, if you have a sit down with me or this guy right here, dog, Donnie. And matter of fact, let me say this one thing. Like if y'all tuned in this morning and saw the video, the elevate video, the guy that's sitting at the desk, that's this dude right here. That's who that is that you're talking to right now. The guy that was sitting at the desk on the video this morning. But that's the thing. It takes a certain amount of maturity to see the things that you just got through saying. And if you needed therapy,
because I know some people that harbor on this so bad. It's like you trying to get that sword to heal, and every time you turn around, you're picking it. You keep picking it and open it. It's never gonna heal. Stop picking at it.
It's funny you say that. That's why I say everything. This is another topic, but I'm just gonna give an example. Everything that you see organically on your body, when you even look out, I'll say that everything that's not made by man is symbolic to how we learn, to how we are supposed to heal. It's something. It, like you said, that scab.
Yeah.
Once again, I go back to this. The gash in the middle of my face. I go back to that. If I had taken that Band-Aid off and kept picking at the thing, it wouldn't have healed like this. Right. Every time you pick at the scab, it goes right back to what you said. Yeah. Every time you pick at that scab, you're going to either open that scab back up. It might not be bleeding, but it's not healing the way that it's supposed to heal.
Exactly. And I just because I have situations within my family that there's so much animosity and turmoil going on, especially with baby mama, baby daddy. Well, he did this to me 10 years ago, and 5 years ago he did this. I don't want to hear that.
Like you said, Donnie, you ain't healed from it. Very, very good
enough.
point.
You know? Yeah, definitely we have to heal, and
some things you have to retract on, and something, like you say, go back to let you know where you
came from and
but
how far
that's
you
not
came.
One of them.
Leave it there.
That's not one of them.
You're not supposed to go back and root for it to bring it up. Go ahead, Donnie.
Exactly.
Again, when you see those types of things, because your response is about your light, who you are, what you have inside of you. So when you're in the darkness is not a bad thing. Those situations, that drama, that back and forth, people look at it as a bad thing. You have to use it to your advantage. It happens for a reason. The only way you'll be able to see your light is that there has to be some sort of darkness around you. So when you're looking back to see how far you've come, you're looking out of the darkness into the light. If it's just light there, if you got like-minded people around you, you're not going to be able to see how you shine.
That's right.
You're not going to be able to know. You're not going to be able to grow. That's why you can't leave until you're ready. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a healing of your entire situation. It has to be a healing of your mentality first, because you're always going to go back and forth with healing. I mean, that's just where we are as a planet. We're on a planet of opportunity. I don't call it problem. I call it opportunity. And you have to take advantage of those opportunities by learning how to react to them. And then once you learn how to react to them, then, you show your kids. You not only your kids, your friends, like Chosen said, we talk on a regular basis, and we're sharing with one another back and forth. We're open to opportunities from one another. That's why we're here. As part of our purpose is to be open to opportunities when we speak with one another. You guys are open to opportunities. Y'all are speaking on a talk show. And, I'm seeing opportunities where y'all people are calling in that you guys collaborate with. And that's one of the things I want to encourage you guys to do, to continue to get with people, just like what Malcolm does, continue to get with people who y'all collaborate with and do things with, and get them to call in and be a part of the show to make the show a success. All that is a part of responding or reacting to your environment that you're in a positive way to work to your advantage.
Right.
All right. So
I'll be on here talking all day.
You good? I know.
So
I appreciate your call, bro. Glad I got a chance to get to hear you, and you get the chance to fellowship with us. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of the topic real quick. What Lyric had. I appreciate your call, bro. Always feel free to call back. And we gotta chop it up. Man. Yeah, we gotta chop it up like we always do. But Lyric, before I forget.
All right, peace, man.
Okay. We got another call.
Okay, all right. Got one more call.
Good morning. This is Lyric and Chosen with Morning Table Talk. Who are we speaking with, please?
You're speaking with Miss Jackson.
What's up, mommy?
Is it Miss Jackson?
Miss Jackson, if you're
sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
Oh God!
Never meant to make your daughter cry.
Oh,
I apologize.
Okay, so here's where I'm at with this. I agree, but don't agree with the analogies that you put your kids out at 18. It's a bit too early. I do also agree and agree that, you know, it's about the values that you instill in them and what you teach them and what they learn. Mm-hmm. But being a person who has had a hand in raising 14 children, I'm gonna have to keep it 100 with you. I pushed my kids on out the door at 18. You had the opportunity to live in my house for free. You had the opportunity to gain some knowledge, some experience, some morals, some values, some ethics, some education. And so I told my kids all of them from a very young age, you live here based on what you do in life. So all of my children, you can bring C's in my house. I'm not saying that if you brought a C in my house that we didn't work to make it a B or A. But if I know that, you know, what you're doing is not taking the opportunity to be educated, we had issues. And the reasons I didn't allow C's in my house was because I wanted you out of my house at 18. And so, or after you graduated. And so what I did is gave you an opportunity to get scholarships or be on programs that paid for your education. And so every single girl in my house, every single kid graduates. No one, I am 0 for 0. Every child that I raised graduated. When you graduated at the top of your class. I had 3 kids, 2 kids that graduated at the same time, my set of twins. Yeah. They were valedictorian and salutatorian. So, you know, and so when they graduated, they were allowed to go to colleges that paid for
housing and
all of their education, their dorms, their food, their, you know, schooling. And so what I did is, if you got A's, you got certain things for that. But say, for instance, you wanted a $150 pair of gym shoes. I'm going to give you maybe $75, $100, sometimes even $50. If you wanted the $150 pair of gym shoes, you had to keep your grades up and also work. And so then you can get those $150 gym shoes. And to me, that was instilling in them to work for what they wanted. Also, I taught them checks and balances. I taught them, you know, how to cook. I taught them how to clean. I taught them, you know, that book sense is everything, but common sense makes so much more sense.
Absolutely.
Because without common sense, you know, you could be sitting around making the most dumbest decisions based on emotions instead of based on what's important for your life at that particular time. You know, I feel like I didn't have to whoop my kids because that look meant everything. Also, I will knock them out of a chair where they act up at.
Should they be put out of
So if you act up in public, you got knocked out. So guess what? Now, as grown women and men, they respect older people. Now, of course, if there's an adult disrespecting them, they're going to put them in their place respectfully. But my kids will stop and help an old person. My son lives in a neighborhood where if he sees somebody taking their groceries out, he'll get out. So it's all about what you instill in your kids. Now, have some of them astray? Yes. I have the boys. The boys are stray, but they are still not straying to destruction. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and my kids call me for everything. I am a open house, open book person.
Yep.
Even though I say you have to go at 18, you can come back and regroup. But when you come back, we ain't gonna play. You're not gonna be out here hanging and dating and smoking. You're gonna be at work, and I'm gonna be clocking them checks. I'm going to be clocking them bank accounts, because what you are supposed to be doing is moving back in here to get back on your feet so that you can get the hell out. I mean, excuse me. And I have what you call a mini mansion. So I have
it's a big mansion. It's a mansion.
I have plenty of room. But guess what? I don't got room for nobody to be laying up in here for free.
Well, why we so angry?
She's not.
I'm not a loud person by nature. So I apologize for that. But I'm passionate about kids. I've raised so many of them, and it irks me. I didn't gonna say it irks me. It kind of makes me feel like people don't understand. So back in the day, you know, you didn't have those. You didn't have the ability to not work at a young age. You didn't have ability not to go to school. You know, kids are so younger ducks so trifling now that they can't work and go to school, chew gum and eat at the same time, or talk, or you know, whatever. It's because we put into the younger generation has not been taught by their grandparents who taught their parents who taught, you know, so it's like
but
right
Shelley,
now.
You remember back in the day too, we had programs set up for our kids. What was the
Absolutely.
program called? Right. While they were on summer break, they had whether you was 13, 14, 15, they had programs where you could go and work for
Boys Club.
You know, yeah, it was something like that, but I forget what it was called because we're from Chicago. But they had programs set up that your kids, when you got out of high school, you didn't go to summer school, you went to work. You worked the whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, the work program.
I forgot. They call it something different now, but yes, you did. You did.
Yeah, I don't.
And you know what? If my kids' grades were under a C, you couldn't work. But guess what? When you couldn't work because you weren't putting in work at school, you got $50 gym shoes. And then you can't go work to get the $150 gym shoes. So you had to pick a battle in my house. I just think that we're being too sensitive. We're being too, you know, I can't explain. You know, like I said, I've raised a lot of kids, and I'm gonna tell you something. The young generation.
Shelly, one moment, baby, one moment.
Shelly, hold on.
Don't hang up. Hold on. Oh, they hung up.
Welcome to the Real Talk One. Welcome to Table Talk Morning Show on Real Talk 100 Radio.
That's Shelly.
This is still Shelly.
Yeah, they hung up. I heard it when they hung up.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were trying
to. I'm not gonna hold y'all long, but I wanted y'all to hear it from a woman. I am 60 years old, and I promise you,
that's my
no one can tell you that I look 50. You know, and that's because I put in the prayers. My prayers, I know.
Don't hang up, Shelly. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Welcome to Table Talk Morning Show on Real Talk 100 Radio. Can you please hold?
Yes.
We're on another call. Don't hang up. We'll be right back.
All right, go ahead, Shelly.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just we are, you know, we're cuddling our kids too much, especially our sons. You know, we don't teach our sons how to be respectful, responsible, stern. The young lady that calls in with her husband, honey, tell him, I said, to put on his big boy panties. I said to stand up and put everybody in a place. First of all, there's no reason that his wife should be having any conversations outside of their bedroom. Let's start there. And then if they're going to have a conversation, it should be the mother. And also it can even be the husband to the mother. And it should be the wife and him, and they should sit down and they should discuss. And then once they've come up with a plan, they need to go sit down with the kids and they need to stick together on these. Even if they don't agree with some things, go to the side and talk about it. But do not give the kids the opportunity to call any shots. You don't call shots. You know, if you were grown, you wouldn't be here. What do you mean?
We have family meetings at my house. We're gonna sit down and everything that's said can be said. At that point, because after that point, you say something, you might get stuck in your mouth. But at that point, at family, when we have our family talks, because we get ready to have one of those, because things are getting out of hand in my house. So you sit down and
you know what else I think? I think that a lot of times that with the men, with the young men and the men, they allow women. Anybody, you can tell by my voice, by the strength of it, that can't nobody tell me nothing unless I want to be told, exactly. Right? But at the same time,
not necessarily.
That's a problem.
What?
No. She doesn't mean it like that. I've known her since we were elementary school. I've known her since we've been in elementary school, meaning that she's stern on what she believes in. Her rules in her house are just that, and she's talking about in the sense of her children, in the sense of her children. You can't come in here and run my house. This is my house, and if I say I want things done this way in my house, then that's the way it's going to be done. Period. And even
if I was talking about a man, let's start there. I'll go there with you. Right. I am here for it today. If me and my man, my husband, my significant other is not agreeing, and I know what I've been taught, what he's trying to tell me ain't about the right, I'm gonna stand up. And you can leave, agree, disagree, however and whatever floats your boat. But at the end of the day, people used to say birds of a feather flock together. That's the biggest myth that's ever been told. Because I ain't flocking with nobody that wings ain't carrying me. That wings ain't carrying me.
Yeah. Birds of a feather flock together. I ain't never been that one.
They make all this stuff up. But
hold on, Shelly. The conversation was a young lady called in because she was having issues with an ex-husband's wife getting on social media, airing their business.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay, Shelly, thank you for calling in. Let us get this other call. And I'm going to call you when I get out of here.
Okay, you guys have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And fruitful day. Bye.
See you in 60 days. Than that now. Mm-hmm. This is Lyric with Morning Table Talk. What can I do for you, baby?
This is the great shouting Gail from Chicago.
That's my sister from the Shy. Hey, and she did radio. She was on the radio.
I want to say that, Miss Karen, I'm very proud of you. Congratulations on you stepping out.
Thank you, Mom.
On being a talk show host. I don't know who the other hosts are.
Chosen.
That's good.
But and what the name of the show is, I'm just catching this on Facebook. But congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That's
I wasn't sure what the actual topic was because the comments were all over the place. Mm-hmm. So if you can enlighten me what the topic is, and then maybe I can make my comment.
Well, because we had several topics and they kind of blended into each other. We had a young lady calling in talking about the wife saying different things on social media about her children, who are the wife's stepchildren, and then we were talking about leaving the past in the past and making a new slate for 2024.
Well, let's break this down for maybe 2 minutes because I know how timing is on air.
Thank you.
And so when we talk about the social media, I think social media has become an instrument or a device that has destroyed many families.
Yes.
When things should be in-house and not in public, what happens is they run quickly to social media, and then that just goes all over the place, where one little simple disagreement can just blow up to something that wasn't the way it was in the beginning. You can't stop that now because social media is just it's faster than regular television. Mm-hmm. Social media, it has torn up families. I had a situation in my own family where my children did not agree on some of the decisions that I made. Okay, and this was after they even got grown. 18, yeah, you need to go. If you're disturbing my peace at 18, yes, you have to go. You can't stay here. You got to
Absolutely.
find somewhere else to go. And sometimes you have children that disturbs that parent's peace, especially if they're a single parent. Yeah, they have to go. Go on and do your thing. The world is out there for you. Okay, that's how I feel. I have to keep my peace. Okay,
Right.
even after they're being grown and adults like me, because it seems like I don't know if you've experienced this, but after your child starts to have sex, they feel that they are equal to you.
Absolutely.
So anyway, and getting back to the social media thing, it has destroyed families, it has destroyed churches, it
Yeah.
has destroyed marriages. So this social media thing that we have now is like a gun and a time bomb. If someone gets a hold of the device, they'll put it on there and boom, it's out there. Sometimes you can't even fix what's already been out there.
Take it back.
We're having a situation now within the church world, where a statement was made, and he said the statement, then he came back and did a retraction on the statement, and he just lied.
It made me think.
So you know, you
It
can't
made me
fix
think.
a lie.
It immediately made me think about something else when she said so.
You can't fix a lie. And so we have to be so careful with the social media thing, because you can't take everybody's devices, because that's impossible to do. But when people take that social media outlet to destroy another person, that's wrong, because you're mad, and they're doing this because they're mad. Okay, they're doing this because they're mad, and they destroy lives. These teenagers, social media has just become the thing of the now. Okay,
Yeah.
and if they're good kids, if you're 18 and you're a good kid, I just had a grandchild. Thank the Lord, I have a grandchild that just turned 18. Now she's a good child. She's a good young lady. She's getting ready to go to Chicago State, probably in the fall.
Okay.
She's a good kid. Okay, now she can stay home. I think her mom is allowing her to stay home and go to school. But when you're disruptive, you can't stay at my house at
Yep.
18.
Yep.
If you're disturbing my peace, if you're bringing in energy and other stuff from out there that doesn't is that in my house, you got to go out there and be where that energy is, because you can't bring that around me. And that's all I wanted to say.
That's
And
that
thank
shut
you so
town.
much.
In
I'm
Chicago, they
sorry.
put us in, but mamas didn't play back in the day. They put us out in a minute. Our moms back there. So,
I, I think I think the black family, the black mom, the black dad. I don't think the black family tolerates that. Now, I can't speak for other ethnicities because I am an African American woman. Um, that's not happening. That's not happening in my house, in my car, in my face. And when I'm in public, it's not going to happen. Now, I have to be careful, Miss Karen, as you know, because I'm a public figure. But
absolutely.
catch me when I'm not behind that mic. That because when you're a public figure, and this is
Yes.
for all the panelists. When you're a public figure, you have to be careful how you react to certain things,
Right.
because they don't allow you to be human.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
they don't allow you to be human. So you have to do things when the mic is turned off,
Yeah.
when the cameras are turned off. So again, I want to congratulate to all of you that are doing this show. Always bring truth, bring positive vibes through the airways, because we need this. Um, in a world that's full of negativity, thank you so much for developing a show that brings something positive.
Thank you, Shouting Gail. And that's Shouting Gail out of Chicago. I appreciate you so much. I got to come see you, sis.
Yes, ma'am. We're still doing radio and television and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I just want to congratulate another person that's doing something as well. You know,
Thank
um,
you.
the internet and the radio and television is open wide for everybody. But when you're bringing positive energy to people that want to learn and want to listen and want to do better, it's a good thing. And enjoy your day.
Shot and Gail.
Yes.
This is Malcolm with Real Talk 100 Radio. Real quick, I want you to please. I'm not sure what.
Elaborate on like what you're doing and how they can tune in to listen to you.
Oh, well, I'm, I want to give you a quick story. I had to come back home to Chicago to take care of my mother. So I was in San Antonio, and I was one of the top dogs. Don't let nobody fool you.
She was
I was
big
one
in
of the
San
top
Antonio.
dogs of the city that I lived in. So, right now, I'm doing more internet radio.
Right, like this one.
I'm on a station in California, and I'm working with Channel 62 in Chicago, and I'm also doing Facebook and YouTube. We have a show called The Heat, but it's more on, we talk about all kinds of topics, but it's more on religious based.
Right.
Yeah. So we have a situation going on now in the organization that I'm a part of, and that's what I'm talking about. You get up and say one thing, and it's already out there, and then you get back and you lie about it. And I'm sure you've seen it all because everybody's talking about it. Everybody's walking it out, but they lying and said they didn't walk it out, but yes, you did. You see it walking it out.
You haven't changed not one bit.
Yeah. So right now we're in a big mess right now with that walk it out thing. So call me after the show and I'll bring you the inside story. But I'm grateful for people as yourselves that are bold enough to even come on the airways, whether it be internet or regular radio, to really talk about real life.
Things that people don't want you to talk about. And I'm that person. I'm from Shot too, so I'm that person. I'm gonna get up and say what I say. You can take it how you take it. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
But I would love to come on the show with you all.
That would be awesome.
Because and I know you all are doing a live show right now, but I really want to get to the nitty gritty about this sex in church.
Oh
man, man, we'll blow the roof off you.
Oh,
the internet will blow up. It will blow up and burn up. It will burn up.
I got one. I just got one question.
It will crash.
I just got one question.
Chosen said he got a question.
You said that every time she said when you said that it's not a question to you. It's not really a question, it's a statement. Because you talking about the church things, I had to say, have you ever been swallowed?
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Man, y'all
have you ever been swallowed?
Y'all gonna get up off my boy, man.
We
ain't gonna get no name because I ain't getting sued today. God dang, man, y'all ain't no good. Say,
Chosen started it.
Hey, I know what? No, the heck I didn't. You should have used that. He shouldn't have used
that. We thank God, we praise God, but sometimes you gotta spit.
I'm sure he was trying to use Jonah and the whale. I'm sure he was trying to use Jonah and the whale.
I'm not swallowing nothing. The only thing I swallow is a Coke and a Pepsi. Coke and a Pepsi, that's it. Yeah, better learn how to
I just said to say that for a laugh.
The Bible said God will spew you out of his mouth. So you got to spit sometime, You
gotta spit.
Now, Gail, we're going to have to set up an appointment and we're going to sit down and do a topic where we can spend about an hour with you one morning virtually, because we can do a virtual.
Okay, great. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you more, girl. Stop clowning on the air, This girl will clown you. Don't let that pretty face fool you. She will clown you. She will walk you like a dog. She will walk you with a smile. She will walk you with a smile.
So,
she will walk you with a smile. She got pretty teeth, and they're not veneers; they're her real teeth.
Thank you.
So but we'll talk again soon, and God bless.
Hey, likewise, man.
That was dope. I like that. On that subject though,
And
before we switch,
big in San Antonio, big.
Before we switch gears again, on the subject that she brought up, sex in church, I forgot if it was this show or another show, but I've had experiences where you've had, and I hope she can hear me.
She can hear you. She's on mine.
I hope I've been in experiences. I've been in situations where the pastor of the church, number one, he was an ex-pimp, and number two, his wife and the baby mama used to sit on the front row together.
Oh wow!
So it's crazy some of the things you see in church, and I'm just going, man.
We're gonna have to have a topic about. Definitely gonna have to have a sit down.
And we're gonna put her on there because I know she knows everything that's going on in the church. I can bet you a nickel to a nail that Shout and Gail know about it.
So I want to go. It was something that not Shout and Gail, but Miss Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
It was something she said that made me want to go to the point that you were the reason why you were talking about the whole leader passing the past.
Yeah.
So I want to get back on that real quick while we got like 14 minutes left in the morning show. Why you can't leave that past in the past, that one thing that you did.
Drama.
I think they be using that as like a coupon or something to like either try to stop an argument or remind them of what it is they did so they could shut them down.
Yeah.
So I think, to shut your significant other down is to use that, even though after you've been like, yo, I forgave you for that, and we shouldn't bring it back up, but yet and still they do. I think people be using that for like a
alternative, but I
like
know how I look at it too. Though sometimes they use that because they done did something wrong. So
now
you want to throw it
in
my face.
You want to keep on throwing it in my face
to try to get it off of you or what you just did.
Yeah. So once again, I still got to take that back to maturity, dog. Like you have to have a maturity, and it's like whenever, and this is what I've noticed because I've been married twice, but the last marriage that I had was over the course of over a decade, and I have realized that whenever you bring that past back up, whenever you bring the past back up, y'all haven't done enough of the mending.
Yeah.
You ain't did enough of the mending. Yeah. You ain't did enough of I'm not saying you got to go on couples retreats. I ain't saying you got to go get this counseling. Don't hurt, but I ain't saying you got to go get this counseling. I ain't saying you got to go just couple retreats. Maybe y'all didn't begin to pray together. Maybe y'all didn't get to go do maybe y'all didn't just start doing a lot more do-togethers to go through the things and say, hey, these are the areas that we strength. Even if you just get in the kitchen and just cook together, like stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're constantly bringing up the past in your relationship, it's just an indication that you didn't do enough together to get past that. Right. It's not saying that y'all don't love each other no more. Right. It's that y'all are still being lazy. Y'all haven't completed the work, some steps in the work to do that.
Beautifully put.
That. So that's it.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why the past keep coming up.
So guys, we've talked about a few things today and we've gotten a little heated.
Yeah, man. That just means it's something that somebody needed to hear.
Yeah. And everything we talk about on here, sometimes we think about it the day before. So I had the actual topic I had somebody text me night before last, like, Lyra, can y'all talk about this, please? Can y'all talk about this? She said, because how come people can't just leave the past in the past?
Yep.
Once something happens and we get past that, why do you keep pulling it back in? Yep. So she wanted to talk about that. And this is for my girl, Satanya. Satanya, we kind of elaborated on that a little bit. I wish she had a call in today so we could have found out exactly what the issue was. And maybe we could have maybe focused on that. But we got another call.
We had one, seemed like.
Did it hang up?
Who was that? Oh, she never. Oh, your friend never hung up.
So, guys, Tammy Franklin, what's up, baby? She called in last time too. That's my baby. But listen, I just think we're going to talk about the last few minutes. We're going to talk about 2024 and clean slates.
Yeah, we'll do that because then for the next show on Monday, we'll come back and talk about the importance of speaking life into people. We'll do that. We'll say that one for Monday, since this was such a big one. Yeah. I'm glad we had that. I'm glad we was able to talk. I like to be able to do that. And for the few that's on my live right now, I'll be going on Instagram Monday, as well as Facebook Live. But yeah, man, send me something that y'all want to talk about, that y'all would like to hear us talk about. I mean, we open to the comments. That's why this is the morning table talk. So that, so this can help you get some perspective on something that you might be going through, to help you start your day. I promise you, we're not trying to hit y'all with this negativity, but if we wind up on something negative, maybe it's something to help you. Like the first caller we had, that was something that was bothering her. You was just I had to say something before I explode. So we prevented calamity averted. You know what I mean? So yeah.
When we give our opinions, don't get mad at us if it's not what you wanted to hear.
Exactly.
I'm going to be that person. Like I said, I'm 58, and some of the things that I've lived through and some of the things that I've experienced, I'm going to have to tell you as far as my experience. I can't tell you something that's false if I don't know about it.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? So if I say something and you don't agree with it, I'm not trying to be malicious or mean. I'm just being honest, my honest. So if we're talking about something, like I said, the last we're going to talk about is this clean slate.
Yep.
That's what I've been working on in my life. I've always been that person that I open my house up to everybody. My doors swing this way and that way. Well, now they only swing one way, and that's when you're getting out. So my thing is, my clean slate for 2024 is to take care of me. Because if I don't take care of me, I most definitely can't help nobody else. I used to tell my kids, it's like the monkeys in the barrel, everybody climbing on each other's back, and you fall, ain't one gonna fall, a whole bunch of people gonna fall. So you get out, throw the rope in, and get everybody else out. But you gotta get out first.
I got a video just for you, and I'm gonna play it in just a minute. I posted it this morning on Instagram.
Okay.
And it's right on that.
Good. So guys, 2024, sit down and write all of your cons from last year and all of your pros for this year. Everything you want to change that didn't work out for you last year, write them down. And when we come back, we want to hear them. I want to hear some of the things that you want to happen for you in 2024. This is our year. This is our year as a race. This is our year as a nation. You can do anything you want to do. Only thing you can't do is the things you don't try to do. That's the only thing you're not going to accomplish. So if you try to do it, at least try. If you fail, hey, try something else. I'm that person. I don't have any. On to the next thing. But something's gonna come through for me.
Mm-hmm. I don't look down on failures. I ain't gonna lie. I have failures, and without failing, you don't never learn. So that's why I'm like, yeah. So with the clean slate, I say you have to take those 365 days that you spent that last year, and like you said with your cons, assess all of that, see what you're not gonna bring into the next year. Like, hey, this is all. It's exactly. You want to hear about it. I just say you look at your life and where you want your life to be, and then you move accordingly. But always try to remember that you got to move in purpose and continue. Keep your mind set on perseverance. Yeah. If you got to get your credit fixed, get your credit fixed. Yeah, if you got, what I'm saying, you get your credit fixed, you got to get your heart right, but what it is that you need to get done. But the good thing about it is you have a higher power that's going to continue to show you yourself if you're trying to look, so. What you got to say?
Shot and Gail. Let me put this up real quick. Shot and Gail said, she said, I have parrots, cats, dogs, snakes, lizards. She said, everybody stay with me. She said, for 2024, I want to be more aware of what's not good for me, despite my emotional attachment.
I just made that statement this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I just made the same statement this morning. So it's amazing. Everybody's on the same page this morning. On that note, I'm going to play a video.
Okay.
Let's do
exactly what Lyric just spoke about. It's from one of my favorite rappers right now. He's from H-Town. His name is Sauce Walker. These words are from Sauce Walker. Y'all go give him a follow because what he says is profound.
The most successful people in the world are the most selfish people in the world. Because before you can take care of everyone else, you have to have an abundance in which you've taken care of yourself with first.
Absolutely.
How can you have a lot to give if you don't have a lot that you kept for yourself?
Right.
You have to create abundance to give.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wow.
In order for your,
Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy.
in order.
It's true. You have to be selfish. You have to be selfish in order to get to a place where you need to be, and then you can be selfless. You know that's at the point where you can help people and you can do that, because I'm all about helping people. I don't have a problem with helping people, you know. But you only get one chance with me from now on. I'm not that person to keep giving you this. No, you get one chance with me. That's what I don't have that much time left.
I'm gonna say this on piggyback on that quote. Everybody knows this, you know, but not too many. But I don't think that a lot of people really put it into work. So you have to fill yourself up. How can you fill somebody else's cup if yours is empty? You know, or even half full. But so therefore, so how do you fill your cup? How do you make sure your cup is filled? Then I mean, you have to be around people. You have to be around people that can fill your cup up too. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you go to a party, and you know, you go to a party, you got the big old punch bowl. Everybody want to dip into the punch because it's good. But how many people just replenish that punch? Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be around people that replenish that punch. Cause you gotta be around people that's gonna replenish their punch. Like I said earlier, I was talking about the symbolism. And if you look out into the sphere, and when I'm talking about the spheres, I'm talking about the world, or look out into the planet, and you see the stars, you see the sun, you see the moon. They are all in the shape of a circle, and the circle symbolizes revolving a revolving action around. Everything that comes back around. Recompense. What's the word? My girl Lauren Hill used it. Reciprocity. There you go. Yeah, reciprocity. You don't have to look too far. Everything that you need is already there. If you look at that, it's the symbolism. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm around people that can energize me and I energize them, that's a symbiote circle. It's a circle. It's revolving. And I think that one thing that we were going to talk about on Monday, which we didn't get to, was when I was talking about how can we be the change, and like, you know, like how can we help our own communities and our community and be a better people. It's that the key is always been us, the change. You have to be able to replenish that which is empty. And we talk about this in the house. Remember, you say if you have your kids in the crib, it's a good thing when everybody contributes. Right. You know what I mean? If your child has a job, like I've been working since I was 16. And every time I came in, I was taught. I wasn't just, and this is the thing. This is why the value in me, I didn't go against my parents' values, is because when I figured out why it happens, I was able to understand and be able to be on board. Because if I'm able to have this and I'm able to give this to you for the light bill, because I use it too. If I'm able to give it to you and you use it for that, then I know the lights ain't finna get cut off. Exactly. If I'm able to say, hey, I'm gonna give this to you, we all eating. If I'm contributing, and Malcolm, man, you had this talk. We had this talk last year when we was on that boat, and because we was talking about the industry that we in, and I was like, dude, y'all don't understand. If you take some of your resources and you pull them with other people's resources, you're able to fill that artist up. And that artist, in knowing the character of that artist, that producer, that videographer, or whoever it is, if you're able to help fill them up, then they have enough for the whole team. That's why they call it a team. So you shouldn't be worried about if we're in the same house that somebody's doing more. If everything is still on, everything is still working and functioning, we ain't really got too many questions because we know who was appointed to that one station. So it's all about that. It's all about that cycle, the circle of life. Once we realize that, then I think that it would be we would see a better change. You know what I'm saying? We'd have better communities. We'd have what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
And we become the change.
Absolutely.
So that's how I wanted to. That's all I wanted to say about that.
And I think we had a great show today. Per se, Shout and Gail. Thank you, Shout and Gail.
Yeah, appreciate everybody that called.
Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Angela.
Yep.
We want to thank all of our
Donnie,
callers who
Big
called
Rick.
in. That makes this show. So thank you guys so much. I think when you can call in and give us your opinions and give us your responses, that just makes it even better for everybody else that's listening.
Yep. All right. Appreciate y'all.
From Lyric and Chosen, we want to thank you.
Yep. Y'all have a wonderful day. Remember, y'all, man, send us your ideas for topics in the future. Tell your friends about us.
Please
all that
like
good stuff,
and
man.
Share this video.
For
Tag
sure.
somebody in all of the videos that we put up: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms that we're on. Don't forget to go listen to Chosen, the Chosen One, THE.
Yeah, on Instagram, it's I am the chosen, IAM THA chosen, CHOZ1N. If you just go on YouTube, and then pull up CHOZ1N. You'll be able to find my music. You see my bald head, and if you looked on the screen, Malcolm has put the pictures up that he could, and I tried to send a picture today, but the file was too big, and then and he had it. But if you go and you look at it, you can check out all my music, and you can check out all the stuff that I did. And turn your people onto it. I promise you, I got something that everybody can listen to. I'm one of them 90s R&B type artist feels, you know what I mean? So if that's what you into, man, I got something for you.
His music is dope. Y'all gotta go on and check him out.
Appreciate that.
For sure. And we love y'all. How they say on Soul Train, peace and soul.
Already.
Thank y'all. Chosen and Lyric, thank you for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, all the call-ins for the show today. The show was awesome. The show was amazing. The show was extraordinary. I can't think of any more, what's the word I'm looking for? Superlatives. I can't think of any more right now, but the show was amazing, y'all.
Appreciate it.
We want you to.
Before we go, like Chosen said, we talked about affirmations. Everybody find you some positive affirmations, Sam, every single day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that Monday. Yeah, we're going to talk about that Monday. Yeah. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be blessed.
We're going to go out. With Chosen's song. We played it at the beginning, and I think I screwed it up. So I'm going to make it up to him right now.
Okay.
All right. Play it again. I can't wait to watch the video to see if I actually did screw it up or not. But to make sure, we're going to play it again right now. Chosen, tell them the name of this song and why you made it right quick, real briefly.
All right. The name of this song is called Elevate. It's actually the first single on my debut project, Versus. The reason why I wrote this song was kind of like what we talked about today. It was like leave the past in the past. And let's get together and elevate, whether you are in a relationship, situationship, whatever ship you floating, and you know what I'm saying, whatever ship you floating, and elevate and go higher, you know what I'm saying. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. What's up, y'all? And to go higher, it's the video comes from one aspect, but you can use your imagination and listen to the words to take it to whatever might fit your situation, and hopefully it'll give you some inspiration to elevate. So yeah, it's written by myself, performed by myself, but the track was produced by Donnie Wilson. He was with us. He was the caller that called in. He was the caller that called in and had a nice take on what we had today. But without further ado, this is Elevate.
Amazing.
Y'all have a great day. We're almost to the weekend. We want you to tune in Yes, sir. We want you to tune in every Monday and Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the Table Talk Morning Show. On the Morning Table Talk Show, we're going to get that straight, whether the table
morning
Table Talk Show.
Morning
Table Talk Show.
Yeah.
We want y'all to tune in every Monday and Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
With your host, Lyric, and Chosen.
Lyric is right here. Chosen had to go to work, y'all, but he's on the screen. We've played his music before. And we're going to go out this morning with his music. The name of the song is Elevate. And here's the video. Y'all share the video for him and tag other people to watch it with us. Y'all have a great day.
Great day, y'all.
Hey, Chosen, Big Red, got good news, man. I need you to come by the office. Ready to go to that next level? Let's elevate, man.
Let me take you up. Yeah. Don't believe in love, can't fool me, baby, I know you. I can sense your need for love, even after all that we've been through. Take my hand, allow me to lead the way, from a dark bitter night to a brighter day. Take a chance to see you and I could be the dream turn reality. Always been a ride or die. Imagine you and me against the world. You know you can't deny it was meant for you to be my girl. There's a time and place for you to be. Right now it's here next to me. Don't need to worry, you are safe as can be. Yeah. Go with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, lady, have no fear. Ooh, let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. You to fall in love with me, that'd be far from a big mistake. No doubt in my mind, be the best decision you could make. They didn't see what I see in you, or adore you like I do. No need to worry, you are safe for me. I adore you, yeah. Go with me, let's elevate. Go with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, I got you. Let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. Whoa, yeah. Go with me, let's elevate. Go with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, lady, have no fear. Let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, ain't nobody got time for that. Go with me, let's elevate, elevate. Ooh, let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. Let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got fall in love with me, that'd be far from a big mistake. No doubt in my mind, be the best decision you could make. They didn't see what I see in you, or adore you like I do. No need to worry, you are safe with me. You adore you, yeah. Roll with me, let's elevate. Roll with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, I got you. Let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. Whoa, yeah. Roll with me, let's elevate. Roll with me, let's elevate. Let me take away the pain and hold you near. Long as I got you, baby, have no fear. Let go of the past. It'll only hold us back, and ain't nobody got time for that. Do, 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 do. Roll with me, let's elevate, elevate.
Thank y'all, everybody. Thank y'all for hanging in to the end or signing in from the end and listening to the end of the show. Thank you so much. Donnie, I see you still hanging with me. Donnie says, in conclusion, Malcolm Jackson, not just what is learned inside the home, but outside the home. That's where they're exposed the most. I'm into counseling, so my approach is to challenge myself to see and obtain resources to help address the opportunities that we're faced with. I know it's a bit on the I know it's a bit unorthodox, and I'm beyond the norm. But if that's what it takes to get the situation rectified and working to the advantage of the kid, that's what needs to happen. Life is all about reaction. That's the comment, conclusion of the show today on the Table Talk Morning Talk Show on Real Talk 100 Radio. We're going to get out of here, y'all. We're going to have a great day. We want you to have a great day, and tune in next Monday, next Thursday. Keep it locked. Tomorrow I think we have a debut show tonight. I'm going to start promoting it right now. Brand new show today. Starts today. Hopefully everything works out with the weather and they are able to arrive on time and promptly. Tomorrow we have a full day, full slate of shows on Real Talk 100 Radio. If you would like to be highlighted as a small business on Real Talk 100 Radio, please contact the station. Please give us an email. Go to our Facebook or our YouTube. Go to our Facebook or our Instagram page and email us. Or please text 346-779-5831. That's 346-779-5831 from your phones. Give me a text. Say promotion. Say sponsor. Promotion, sponsor. We have all kinds of things. We have infomercials being shot right now for small businesses where we can, just like we just aired Chosen's Chosen song, we are trying to do our best to highlight other music artists on the show. If you're a music artist, you want your music video promoted on the shows that we have here, give me a text. Say, Malcolm, I need promo of my music video. I need more people to see me. Small business owners, you too. If you have an infomercial already shot, give me a text and say, hey, Malcolm, I want my video. I want my infomercial about my small business streamed at your station. We have it streamed across these shows where we have 500 to 1,000 views per show. Or we have a program called Loop TV where we have about 500 customers that come through our 4 offices here at Real Talk 100 Radio, where your infomercial that you already have or the infomercial that we shoot for you. Shout out to Maine RV. He is my main videographer at Maniac Visions. He is my videographer here at Real Talk 100 Radio. If you don't already have an infomercial shot, small business owner, we'll shoot it for you. And we have examples of our quality that we can give to you for references. So that's all I got today. I just wanted to give a shout out to the station right quick. Shout out once again for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, and the call-ins were awesome. Thank y'all. If you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments, and please hit that love or like button about 1 million times for us so we know you've been here. Put hashtag replay in the comments. Put excellent job, something, so our host will know exactly how you feel about the show. If you're just now tuning in, I see a couple heads popping in right now. Go back and watch the show. It was great. We had lots of great comments. We had lots of great topics, and the topics are about real life and real issues. Good night, everybody. Or good afternoon, everybody. Almost good morning. Good morning. It feels like the afternoon. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. Y'all have a great day. This is Malcolm from Real Talk 100 Radio. Bye-bye.